Good morning, Trig fans. How we doing this fine Wednesday morning? A little cloudy outside, a little rainy last night, a little chilly, but not that bad. It's going to get chillier this week as the weekend goes on. But hopefully next week they're calling for some nice weather. We'll keep our fingers crossed on that that's going to happen. I have a review sheet that I'm going to post online for you. Along with the solutions, we'll do our evaluation like we did last week on Thursday, or we do on Friday, over the law of sines and also the idea of area of triangles. So we'll work on those two things in regards to the evaluation tomorrow and Friday. But one thing I want to go through is a problem in regards to a triangle. We have triangle art here. Triangle art. And I want to find the area of this triangle. Well, what we've learned about the area of the triangles, we have 1/2 product, two sides, then times the sine of the angle included. But what I give you with triangle art is I give you all three sides. I give you all three sides. Well, how do I find the area? Because I don't have an angle. Don't have a right angle there. So how do I find this angle? How do I find this area? Well, what we need in this is I could take any two sides and multiply it together, but I need to have the sine of this angle included. Or these two sides times the sine of this angle included, and I don't have the angle. Well, how can I calculate the angle? Well, what we worked on earlier this week is the idea of law of sines. Well, the law of sines is dependent on you knowing one of the angles already. I don't know any of the angles. So how can I go about finding the measure of an angle? Think. That's correct. Last week we went through the law of cosines. Law of cosines allows us to find the measure of an angle. So let's pick an angle. It does not matter which angle. I'm going to pick angle R. Why? Because I look at the biggest side, and if I find the measure of the angle across the biggest side, I'm guaranteed to be the biggest angle. Biggest side, biggest angle. So if there's going to be an obtuse angle somewhere, it's going to be across from the biggest side. Because I can't have more than one obtuse angle in a triangle. If I have two of them, I don't probably have a triangle then. So I'm going to look at angle R. Well, if I'm trying to find angle R, the cosine of angle R has to go at the end, which means what goes at the beginning, we have R squared. Then we have A squared plus T squared minus 2AT cosine of angle R. And if I'm going too fast, don't be afraid to push the pause button. So we have 13 squared is equal to A squared, which is 5 squared, plus 9 squared, minus 2 times 5 times 9, cosine of angle R. Now we have to remember how to solve this. Hopefully remember minus 5 squared, minus 9 squared, minus 5 squared, minus 9 squared. Gets rid of these. So my calculator, I have 13 squared minus 25 minus 81. We get a value of 63. And over here, we want to calculate negative 2 times 5 times 9 to give me negative 90. Cosine of angle R. So we can divide both sides by negative 90, and then we'll take the inverse cosine. We have the inverse cosine is 63 divided by negative 90. Cosine 63 divided by negative 90, and we get 134.43 degrees. So now I know an angle and I can calculate my area. Here's my angle, it's included. Here's my two sides that form that angle. So my area is equal to 1/2 times 5 times 9 sine of the 134.43 degrees. Now, I've held that value in my calculator so I can just do the sign of my answer. So we have 0.5 times 45 sine of, and I'm just going to pull my answer down, I get 16.07, and our units are in inches, so we have inches squared. Now, it does not matter which angle you find. Doesn't matter which angle you find. So, just for giggles here, suppose you sat there and said, well, I wanted to find angle A. All right, let's find angle A. Let's go back to this where we were at. We have a squared is equal to r squared plus t squared minus 2rt cosine of angle A. So we have 5 squared is equal to r squared, which is 13 squared, plus 9 squared minus 2 times 13 times 9 cosine of angle A. Once again, if I'm going too fast, feel free to pause it. Minus 13 squared minus 9 squared gets rid of these. So we have 25 minus 13 squared minus 81. We get negative 225 is equal to negative 2 times 13 times 9. Oopsie. Negative 2 times 13 times 9. Negative 234 cosine of angle A. And once again, dividing by the negative 234 and taking the inverse cosine of both sides. We have the inverse cosine of 225 divided by 234, and we get 15.94 degrees. So over here, 9 and 13 include this angle A. So we can multiply 1/2 times 9 times 13 sine of the 15.94. And once again, I have that value sitting in my calculator, so I could just take the sign of my answer. So we have 0.5 times 9 times 13 sine of my answer, and I get the exact same 16.07 inches squared. And once again, I have units there. You should be able to put your units in there. I get the exact same solution. And if I wanted to find my third angle here, I could do the exact same thing. This is 15.94. Once again, I multiplied these two, sine of this angle times 1/2, or 1/2 times the product of these two angle sides times the sine of that angle also. So it does not matter which angle you find, but you'll have to use your law of cosines to be able to determine that angle. The quiz today, or the quiz that you'll have tomorrow, will deal with law of sines and area again. And once again, you may see a problem very similar to this. You're going to have to find the measure of an angle by using your law of cosines. Just go back and use your law of cosines that you did yesterday. Other than that, I will have nothing else for you the rest of the week. I will post the assignment evaluation tomorrow morning. You'll have to make sure it's completed by Friday. And make sure you also put your name on both sides of the paper, so when I print them, I make sure that you match up, because I don't print double side, I can only print single side. So please put your name on both sides of the paper there. I hope everything's going well for you and your family at home. Hope you're feeling well, hope your family is feeling well. Hope everything's going well for you. I miss you guys. I wish you were sitting in here in the classroom. We were going through this in the classroom, but no, it's our reality. That's fine. Hopefully the weather will turn nice. We'll hope for that. We'll turn it nice here. keep our fingers crossed, and we'll be able to get outside a little bit more. Last week was beautiful to do that. If you have any questions, feel free to email any of your comments or questions. I will get back to you as soon as I can. Other than that, adios, I'm out of here. You folks have a great weekend. Once again, get the evaluations done. You've been doing a great job. Continue to do the job that you've been doing. Get it taken care of, and this will be the last for me until on Monday. We'll start it up again. Adios, have a great weekend.